Hi Virgo, welcome to your September 2024 love reading. Sagittarius Yogini. This is going to be a 4-card spread. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I'll pick an additional card because it's a pretty vague card. I think, to me, the Nine of Pentacles I associate with Virgo. This love reading is for people who are single as well as those who are coupled who are experiencing difficulty in their relationships. So the heart of the matter is the Fool card, which can be this whole new territory. So if somebody's single, it's almost like, I think especially of those people who are newly divorced, or and even more so the ones who have been with someone for many years and suddenly find themselves in this whole new chapter of their life. And the person who is currently coupled, there may be this new direction the two of you are going that you've never been before. And it can be a bit daunting because you have no idea how it's going to turn out. You have no guarantees. But there can be a thrilling aspect to it because you may find that it improves your relationship. So if you've been having any issues. Now, I will say astrologically that there is a lunar eclipse in Pisces. That's the first one between Pisces, which is your opposite sign in you, and you're going to have your first eclipse next March. And so with the lunar eclipse in Pisces, it will fall in your 7th house of committed partnership. So for some people, it might be even a rather sudden into your relationship, or maybe this is the culmination of everything. If you've been on again, off again, it's not a bad thing, because the ultimate reality is that we can't control what other people do, and if a relationship isn't going well, what's the point of being part of it? But there might be some Virgo people who have been holdouts and have kind of resisted being in a relationship, and this could be the time when you decide to just let go of those reservations and just go for it. What crosses you is the Ace of Cups. This is a card of new love. So this is something that is also true for people who are currently coupled, is that if you're in a relationship with someone and you're just there because you're afraid of being alone, and you're afraid of, like, well, maybe this is the best that I can get, even though if this person's cheating or they're not respectful to me, the alternative is I could be alone and maybe I would never find anybody for the rest of my life. Well, when you're with someone that you really don't vibe with, that you don't want to be with, the result is that you can't really make room for new love to come into your life. If you're single, you may be working long hours. You might not be opening up your life for this possibility even, and you have to do that in order to have what you want. So I guess the moral of the story is that you can't just, you can't have everything whenever you want it. You have to prepare for it. You have to make space for it. And something could be blocking that. And also taking a chance. If you're someone who, let's say you got a job offer and it's in a foreign country and you've never been to that country and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea if I want to do that. Just think, you could meet your soulmate in that country. But because it's this thing that you've never experienced, you might just completely reject it. And who knows what else could be possible for you. So by keeping your mind open to new adventures, you allow for even love to come into your life. Maybe there's some other thing that you're doing it for, but the ultimate result could be finding the person that you belong to. What's coming in is the Devil card. This is a card of lust and, in some cases, greed, where people are bound by earthly, we could say pleasures, but I don't think there's anything wrong with pleasure per se, but the kind of temptations of the flesh, let's say. And as a card that is coming in, it might be that there is some kind of temptation in your life that would take you off your purpose. So this is also a card of Capricorn. So, aside from, what the devil represents in a negative sense, perhaps this is just some kind of Capricorn person that is coming into your reality that may be a potential mate. What's interesting too is that Pluto is going back into Capricorn on September 1st. So that goes back into Virgo's 6th house, okay? I mean 5th house, what am I saying? 5th house, which is the house of love and creativity. But Virgos have had Pluto in that 5th house for years. So perhaps this is the return of someone who was a very controlling person, somebody, like a narcissistic type of personality. I always associate the devil with that type of person. And as you are going into this new adventure, somebody from the past may be trying to drag you back into the past. But remember that you don't have to go there. You have your own mind and you have your own will. And so you can't say the devil made me do it. That would have to be your own choice. The outcome is the 7 of Cups. This is a card of having a lot of choices, but maybe being confused about what is the best choice for you at this time. Some of the choices, if you look closely, like the snake, for instance, may not be very good ones. And this is also a card of wishful thinking. So you have to be careful. And, it's funny because I was talking about that eclipse in Pisces, but actually there's also Neptune is in this sector of the committed partnership as well. It has been here for years in Pisces, and it will aspect that lunar eclipse. So, but I believe it's retrograde at that point, so it could be like a major reality check in your love life if you are somebody who is committed to someone. And I would even say somebody from your past who you had a commitment to at some point. You may realize something about them that is almost like rather shocking, and it makes you aware of exactly what you're dealing with. And because sometimes the 7 of Cups, it might be some kind of illusion or delusion that you're operating under. So I picked an additional card for clarification. I got the 9 of Pentacles. And this is, if I was talking about business and stuff like that, I'd say independently, financial independence. But when we're talking about, like, if we're talking about relationship issues, this could be something connected to you, doing your own thing. I actually connect this card to Virgo. So rather than necessarily feeling like you're obligated to um, enter a relationship or even date, if you feel like you're not really able to give time to a relationship, that's perfectly fine. The only problem is if you are looking for a relationship and feeling like that's important to you, well, in that case, you're kind of like denying your own desires. And there might be a very good reason why you feel the urge to be in a relationship. I'm not talking about that kind of desperation that comes when people are feeling lonely or something, but kind of like your intuition prodding you to do something. There might be a good reason for that. Also, if you are in a committed partnership, this is a card of like having this ability to live on your own, even just, being self-supporting. And sometimes that is a concern when someone is contemplating getting divorced or moving out of the place that they're living with the other person, is they say, well, I can't support myself, but maybe you're kind of underplaying it because you really don't want to make that decision yet. So keep that in mind, because our earthly life is very temporary. So anything that you're afraid of putting into motion because you're afraid of, you don't know where it's going to take you, the comfort zone can get very stagnant. And how can you get what you want if you're not putting yourself out there, if you're staying put? And so that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, you can look at my offerings at rainamoonastrology.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.